sloka.
Dakshinamurtisarambam Shankaracharya-madhyamam Ramanacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnu Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadaram Dhyayet Sarvavignopashantayet Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vajikam Sarvavangmayam Aharyam Chandrataradi Tam Numah Satvikam Shivam.
So today we are going to start with folding circles. So Anant has been folding paper plates and circles for a long time. So if you can take a paper plate and follow along. Okay, there you are, Lavanya. Good. So Anant, you can do the first fold. So the first fold you do is you take any point on the circumference and join it to another point. So we can just join it like this. Any 2 points, if you touch, you can get the first division. So one important thing here is to crease it tightly. So take your time and crease it well. So you can open and look at what you have now, right? So you have 2 halves, and whenever we fold circles, this is where we start. We start by touching 2 points, and you get the first division into 2. Okay. And the next thing, Anant, if you can show them. Can you hold it up so they can see? This way. So what you have to do is roughly 1/3. So if you see, this is about 1/3. You have to try and fold it to 1/3. Okay. So you'll get better at this with practice. So this is the second fold, which comes at 1/3. Lavanya, can you try that? Oh, you already did that. Okay, good. Okay, and then again, crease it well. Anant, are you done? Oh, you've done. Okay. And then you take this point, the other one, and fold it back. So no rush. All you can do for a week maybe is just this fold, because a lot of things start from here. That is, you do the first fold, right? And then you fold it to 1/3 and then fold it back. And you see it's divided into the 3 diameters. Okay, so you have 1 diameter, 2, and 3. Okay, so everything proceeds from here. So for 1 week, if you just even practice this division, it'll be good. And you can play with this in different ways. If you fold this, you can color this, right? You can sit with your child and you can choose different colors, and you can do alternate colors. If you do one, your child does another one. You do one, your child does another one. You can do this in different ways, or just let the child color it. Okay, so no rush. Just do this. See what your child shows interest in. If they want to fold, they can fold. If they just want to color, they can color. So we use paper plates, but we also used paper circles. I don't know if you get them in India, but we also have these. So Anant used to love coloring these circles with pencils. And on these ones, you can, pencils won't be that good, but you can try painting. You can do brush pens, a lot of different things you can do. Okay. So Anant, do the next step. So once you have this, the next thing that you do is to take this one of the endpoints and fold it to the center. So one of the endpoints of the diameter, you fold it to the center. Are you doing that, Lavanya? Yes.
My mother actually did it.
Ah, good. Okay, you can practice.
Maybe she will need lot of practice. So
Yes, it takes a while, especially to get them neat. It takes a
Also,
while.
Anna make animal crafts out of them.
You can, yes, you can do anything with it. But you know, if you do these, you can actually make a lot of things. You can make star, tetrahedron, all kinds of shapes you can make from just this basic folding. So it keeps growing. And you can make many things and join them with the masking tape. So you can really build big structures out of it. Okay. So you can go two ways. Now you see there are 6 points, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we're going to do is once you've joined one point to the middle, skip this point, right? And go to the next point. So you're going to fold 1 point to the center, skip 1, fold 1, skip 1, fold 1. So Anand, you finish that? Can you finish? And do that equilateral run. So after your second fold, it will look something like this.
Oh, acha. Something.
You keep practicing, then it will come.
And then the third one. So basically, after you've folded the 3, you're going to get an equilateral triangle. So your child can also see, we actually started whole movement to introduce geometry because, it's a hands-on way of exploring geometry. That's why we started it. And then Anant really liked it, so we kept doing it. So it's just a way to experientially see that, here, see so many things you can introduce just from here. Not that you teach them all the concepts at once, but just in this one circle, you can see you had the circle, right? You divided the circle into 2 parts, right? And then you had the diameter come up. And then once you had the diameter, you had the 2 semicircles come up. And then when you did the 3 more folds, you actually have an equilateral triangle, right? So there's a lot you can explore in terms of geometry with this and many other things, okay? So that gives you the equilateral triangle. And have you also done the equilateral triangle? Okay. And then the next step is you take this, the point, take that point and join it to the opposite side, like that. You see that, Lavanya? From
Yes.
here to here. Okay?
Is it? They're not working yet.
Okay. And then same, take this point and
Oh.
opposite. So all 3 points will come to the opposite side. And so now you end up with a 3-dimensional, the first 3-dimensional thing, that is your tetrahedron. Yeah, you got that? I think you made something. So you just do you had the triangle, Lavanya? Okay.
Yes, I have the triangle.
Yeah, so from the triangle, take the point, go to the opposite side, like that.
Hmm. Yes, like that.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. Then take this point and again go to the opposite side. And then this point and go to the opposite side.
அதான் எடுத்துட்டு பாரு எடுத்துட்டு இதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் எழுதி விட்டுரு.
Yeah. So you can also again open it up and see what it looks like. So what we also do is after we fold the tetrahedron, you can also open it like this.
You see the design?
You see that big
Mhm.
triangle from before?
Yeah. Can we do it again?
Yeah. And another triangle. Shall we start from the beginning and do again? Okay. Anand, can you show one more circle? Here you go. You want to do this one or you want to do the paper?
Paper.
Here. Okay, here. Okay, so let's start over again.
மேல வேணும்.
Oh. So what's the first thing, Lavanya? Remember the first step?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First step.
Join the, take it from here and
Hmm.
touch any 2 points. So if one thing you can also do is, if you find it difficult to
Correct.
join like that, you can put 1 point, mark it with the pen. You can put 1 point here and 1 point somewhere else, anywhere you can put 1 point here, 1 point here, and then join those 2 points. You can do like that also, but or you can just simply join like that.
Be careful when you join it should be equal.
So now we have the first diameter. Okay, that's the first diameter, right? And then what do? Take it and go to a third. And this you get better over time. You get better at seeing where the third is. So it gets more accurate as you fold. And then the other thing is to crease it tightly. Then the lines will come out sharp. Yeah. And then turn it around this point. Take it back. Good so far, Lavanya? Okay. No?
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah, but did you get the basic fold? You have to practice. Then
Yeah.
it gets right. Yeah, you got the
I
fold
got
right.
this.
Yeah. Then as long as you know how to do it, only when you do many, it comes out. And you have to also patiently crease it. Anand will take a long time to crease each fold.
Oh.
Okay. So see if you get this.
You should turn it.
Yes, I.
Got that?
Yeah, I got the pizza.
Okay. So as long as you get this, I'll actually give you 2 ideas, Lavanya. You can try one afterwards. So Manju, what we did for the tetrahedron is we fold this one to the center, skip one, this one to the center, skip one, this one to the center. So
Oh.
for the triangle, you skip one, alternate points you fold to the center. Okay. If you fold all the points, you'll actually get a star. So let him do the tetrahedron. I'll show you how the star comes. So just slight variations and you produce totally different things. So instead of, if you join one, skip one, this, skip one, this, you get the equilateral triangle. And then once you get the equilateral triangle, you take the point and fold it opposite. Take the point, fold it opposite. Take the point, fold it opposite. You get your tetrahedron. And then the best thing that works is the masking tape. So masking tape. Yeah. So if you get a masking tape like this, you can stick the masking tape here, here, and here, and you'll have a tetrahedron.
Got it. Yeah.
And Anand,
We are going to use, if you are going to, you have recorded this.
Yes.
I have recorded.
Yes.
So if you are putting it in the channel, then I'll go through that again. We will sit and do.
Yes, you can try.
But
And
I felt
um,
that it will need lot of practice for her to
yes.
catch hold of that idea.
Yes. And
So,
also, what you can do is in the beginning, let them do a part of it. Like maybe if she can do the first 3 diameters, you can
Mhm.
complete the folding. And then did you fold
Yes.
one? Not yet. Finish the other one. You have, I want to show something to them.
That one.
Oh, you didn't finish the whole thing. No, this one I did, no? You were doing another one. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So the other thing is, once you get the basic thing, I just want to quickly show you so you get an idea how it becomes easy after that. Once you get the basic fold.
Hmm.
Because then you can start growing it in different ways. So Anant
Right.
had folded one tetrahedron, I had folded one, right? So once you have two, if you insert like one flap like this, you actually get an octahedron.
Okay.
So you'll
Lot of
see that,
geometry.
once you get the basic 3 diameter nicely, from there, a lot of things happen just from there. So you get
Wow.
really good at the tetrahedron because you keep folding it over and over again. This is
Right.
the most common one we fold.
Hmm.
So a lot of them,
Right.
lot of the things you create come from that.
Hmm.
So if you just spend a week or two practicing this one, first
Yes,
the
yes.
3 diameters, and after the 3 diameters, you get the equilateral triangle. And then fold the points to the opposite side, you get the
Right.
tetrahedron. And then if you
Right.
do 2 tetrahedrons, you can join them together.
Hmm.
And and then actually if you do 4 of them, you get like a nice, like a ball, it's like a,
Right.
you
Yeah.
get that. So just from this basic 3 diameters, you can do a lot of things. So that is, I think, why Anant also liked this, because if you see origami, each one is different.
Right. Right.
So you don't get the repetition. So here what happens is that repetition is there. You keep on, automatically he'll fold the 3 diameter. It just becomes very, after some time, it just becomes very, very automatic. And then he'll very quickly go to the tetrahedron. Of course, not quick. He likes to do it very meticulously, so it takes some time. And then the tetrahedron, and then the octahedron. And so many things, if your child is not ready to fold, you can involve them in sticking it, in coloring it. So many things you can do with it. And then, even if the parent folds, you can observe it. See, now once it gets more interesting to color now. So you can do different things. Like you have the small triangle here. So you can choose, you can color one part and invite your child to color another part. You can have 2 colors and, create nice patterns coloring. So it's not that they immediately have to do the whole folding. There are different ways to, engage them in the process.
Right.
And then Anant was younger, he actually did not like the paper plates as much. He used to prefer these kind of papers, which we bought. I don't know, you must get them in India, but we used to buy them in the US. So he used to like these kind of papers because he used to like coloring with pencils. And so this one, I don't know, the pencil will go so well. These will be good for painting, but the different materials you can get the circles, or you can even cut circles. There are things which you can use to cut the circles. So if you're doing a lot of them, it's a pain to cut them, but you can.
Yeah.
So materials you have to explore. Anant now likes brush pens a lot. So he's doing. The other thing we're beginning to do now is to see a lot of the mandalas. I don't know if you're familiar with mandala art at all. In mandala art, they basically draw the circle with a compass and draw the grid with a compass. What we're trying to do, since Anant has been folding for a long time, we are trying to create mandalas with folded grids. So for example, if you see this, if you want to draw the petals, we might draw a petal here and a petal here. So we thought we'll work with that because Anant is so used to folding circles. So his experience of the circle is more folding than drawing with the compass. So we thought it might be actually very interesting to create mandala designs on, folded circles, because then you can actually create 3D mandalas, right? You can do like this and you can create 3D mandalas. So we thought that would be an interesting experiment. So when his mandala teacher gives him some designs, we are trying to experiment with that on the paper plates. So that's a new project, trying to, weave in mandala and folded circles. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. And I know some parents worry about writing and all these other skills. And if you do folding, there's so much you do with the hands. It really helps. And it's so much accuracy, so much eye tracking. Eventually, you have to exactly line it up and fold it here. So even if it takes time, that precision comes over time,
Yes.
when you
Right
do this.
now, like first time we are trying, and Lavanya is struggling to do that. So we will practice daily and we'll come up with the result, whether she was able to achieve it or not. Like,
Yes, it'll
no,
take some,
Lavanya?
yes.
Yep.
So
I also
Lavanya,
like origami craft.
come again?
Origami craft.
Yeah,
Paper craft.
origami is similar. I think the benefit I see in this is you start with this basic thing and you keep evolving it. So I think you really get good at, because origami, what I find is each design is separate. So then you're sitting and thinking what to do with each design. So here what happens is,
I only do. She likes it, but I only do it.
yeah, but this one, what happens is, you get, after, you do for 10, this becomes very automatic, right? You know how it goes. And then you know that it's also not boring, because you know that from this same thing I can create, Anant, if you, and I'll just explain. You just go listen to your music, then we'll start at 10:50. Yeah, just number.
Bye.
Okay, go.
Namaramana.
Namaramana.
Happy Mother's Day.
Same here.
Okay, you can go listen to the music and then we'll start. Yes. So the other suggestion I wanted to give is that, and depends on what they like. So if you come to this, and I'll tell you the star also, Manju, you can see what she enjoys more. So for the star,
she has already started showing interest. Actually, while we are talking, she's trying to fold.
yeah,
So I see that interest developing already.
And it takes time before it becomes accurate, because
Right.
even just the threefold, to know that, see, this is estimation, right? Because exactly where this 1/3 will come, it will take some time before it sets. But then you become, actually, Anant is more accurate than me. He will get it more correctly. And you'll see it, if you're accurate, these points, the way they line up.
Right.
It will depend on how accurate you are in your folding.
Right.
So to do the star, it is the same 3 diameter, but what you will do is you will not fold the alternate ones, but each of the 6 you'll fold to the center.
Okay.
That is what we are working on right now, because we're trying to do the mandala on the star, folding. So if you fold all the 6 of them to the center, and then there is one more step. I think it'll be good to mark. I myself get confused. So what I do is I mark 3 endpoints. There are 3 diameters, original diameters, right? So each of them you mark a point. And we can do this more another session, but just in case somebody wants to experiment. So each of the 3, you mark a point so that you know the original 3 diameters, because you actually create 3 more diameters at the end. So what you do is, one endpoint of each of the 3 diameters you mark, so you know which ones those are. Then you go and fold each of these to the middle.
Okay.
So each will be folded to the center. Then you'll start, instead of getting, the equilateral triangle, you're going to start getting a star shape.
Right.
But you have to do one more step, which is the 3 original diameters have to be folded in half. So for example, here's this diameter. To get the star, you're folding it to the center. Right? You're folding all the 6 points to the center. But what you do to get the final finished star is you take this original diameter and you'll fold it in half.
Okay.
Like that. So each of the 3 diameters, you will fold it in half. So
only if we are doing, we'll understand. Right?
So first you have these. Each of the 6 you fold to the middle, and then that is why I said mark the points. If you mark the 3 points, each of these you fold in half, and we can do it the next time after you've tried. But I'm just giving you an idea in case you want to.
Until the next time, we will practice this on daily basis and report you on the group itself.
And if the first one comes, the others become easier, because I think the first set of folds is this. So Lavanya, do you want to try next week, or does she have class next week?
We have taken a break from karate class, so she can join.
Okay,
Like
so maybe since we
Monday.
started today, let's continue next week because I think some
Yeah, yeah.
continuity helps. Okay,
Yes,
Lavanya,
yes.
so we'll do it again. And Neetu, next week again. Anusha, Gitanjali, and so we'll
Ma'am,
continue again. So,
we are
Gitanjali,
talking like mandala means after folding the star or the circle, then we'll paint the mandala, draw.
yes, you can actually just, this itself will give you a lot of divisions. You can, when you do the star folding, it's very interesting. You'll see star, you can color triangles, but you can also see diamond shapes. You can color diamond shapes also. So there's a lot of, you can simply treat the folded circle itself as a mandala and color in different ways. But what we have also started doing is we have started drawing mandala designs on it now. That is a new thing because Anand just started mandala. So we are now, beginning to draw mandala on it. So there's a lot you can do with it. This can go on for a long time. And Anand loves coloring. So, there's just so much you can experiment with it.
And is there any reference video, ma'am, of this folding circles and
Yes,
any?
yes. It was developed by Bradford Hanson Smith, and he's been doing it for I don't know how many decades. So he creates very, very interesting structures. So I bought the first book for Anand, thinking I'll introduce a little geometry to him. He really took to it, so we kept doing it. And
I remember you had shared a video very long back, right?
yes.
His video also you had shared.
Yes, his video is there where he shows all these. And we are actually again doing individual lessons with him also now because when Anand first learned, now we are doing. Yeah,
recently,
because we picked it up.
okay.
Yes, we started because
wow.
he's actually doing mandala lessons with someone. And we thought, if we do more formally with the Brad again, we'll try to bring the mandala and folded things together.
I have seen his video. He's like the whole room he has filled with circle designs, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I've seen that video.
But there is a lot of depth to it also. We can talk about all that later. One very quick thing. See, when you fold it in half, it always goes like this, right? Your folding always starts from a half, right? So if you see our, the fill with piece schematic, it is a tetrahedron, right? And what we do is it's about, okay, this is the whole thing, whatever mess is there in your, and whatever things are there. But if you take these two, we are looking at two things, which is your daily rhythm and more spontaneous experiences. That's how we have divided the circle. So when you model with, say, blocks or things like that, you don't know what your starting point is and how your thinking is developing, right? You just put things together and that systematic development is not there. So when we start like this, we are saying that we're starting with daily rhythms on one side and, the spontaneous experiences you have on the other side, right? And then we have the triangle where we have the three things coming together, the daily rhythms, the spontaneous fun, and this we call are the joyful investigations, because depending on, the experience we are having right now, you may decide to do a project saying, okay, we are going to fold every day for a week and see what happens. And then that starts feeding into your daily rhythm. So that's our, over the 20 years, I've realized that daily rhythms is probably one of the most important variables we have. So what I'm trying to say is once you start folding, you may actually start using it for writing information down. And I was thinking, Manju, since they're so fond of animals and so on, I was thinking he's going to be doing a presentation for Prani Mitra Day. And so maybe Lavanya will be interested in exploring this theme too. I was thinking maybe one side humans and one side animals or something like that. And, create a folded model for Prani Mitra Day. It's something I was thinking about.
Okay.
So once you start folding, actually what happened was Anand used to keep folding. So we had so many of these things lying around. So we started writing things on them. So once you start folding, you may find other uses for it.
Now, recently, Lavanya is like bored of everything in life. So she doesn't want to do anything. So I really pray that at least she will develop some interest in this. So she doesn't want to read, she doesn't want to draw. She's like, I'm bored of everything now.
Yeah, something new and also.
Oh God. Really, I do, bro. I do.
Very less you do, like only for short period you do.
So this
So I'm
Lavanya,
hoping
right?
that this one she starts doing and
And I think,
one more skill she will develop.
you know, what I'm realizing is Anant really likes this. That's why I want to do a session on this, because we've come up with the, you know, acronym PEACE. But I think one of the most peaceful experiences for Anant is this, because the folding
Okay.
is, you know, very low key, because sometimes dance can get a little stimulating, but this
Mm-hmm.
is always very sort of calming. You know, he sits there and
Soothing for him.
folds
Yeah.
and then does the mandala. It's a very calming activity. So he used to do it a lot when he was young, and now we are, you know, he started in 2007 and it's been on and off, on and off. Now we are back
Mm.
into it.
Right.
But this time we have a new, you know, we are energized by the fact that we're trying to do mandala designs on it. So I think, you know, hopefully we'll create something new with folded
Sure, sure.
designs and mandala.
So
Yeah,
you will
Yeah, I still enjoy drawing paint.
actually, I think I will enjoy this more than Karna because I used to like folding a lot. I used
Oh,
to actually,
wonderful. Ah,
yeah,
wonderful.
I used to collect like in school we used to cover it with brown paper, and also I used to collect books from my friends and I used to
Okay.
cover it for them. So I like that folding part.
Actually, that is a very good point, because we're always thinking in terms of things to do for our child, with our child, on our child. We forget about ourselves. So, what I found is I didn't used to do the folding much with him, but I'm finding that I'm actually quite interested in the mandala. So when he folds, I'll say, okay, Anand, let's draw this. And I'll say, Anand, maybe we can draw a petal here, and maybe we can draw,
Yeah.
you know, this shape here. So
Yeah.
that's good. You know, I think something we enjoy, if we do it, and then I think the child might more naturally come into that, you know.
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah.
and you may fold and he may, you know, and just keep the colors, and if you are coloring, he may himself want to come and color something. So that's wonderful.
So
You know,
that
I
yeah,
think
that I have
Suchita did
observed.
it. I think Suchita was the same way. I think Suchita likes mandala. So I was
Uh-huh.
wishing she would, you know, I was hoping she would come for today's session, because there's another dimension now she can fold and do. And people are so
Yeah.
worried about writing and other skills, but Anand's handwriting is far better than mine, because he's been doing all this and coloring so much. You know, his writing is far more neat, and you know, and that develops, you know, a good thing, because even now he finds writing relaxing. But if you do these kind of activities, the writing comes in more naturally. So, and then, you know, you can do other things, you know, you can color it or you can decorate it. Like in Waldorf, they do form drawing. They draw different kinds of curves and forms. You can just draw different things on it. So there are many ways you can. So when in homeschool, when we used to get peers over, some of his friends, we all used to sit and fold, you know. So it's also an activity you can do if some children are there. And this time my grandson is coming soon. So I'm in fact thinking that maybe I'll introduce him to folding as well. So there are a lot of things, you know, it also becomes a social thing that you can do with other children. So I'll share the link for Brad's site. You can, there is a video there that shows all these, the 3 diameter folding and all of those. So I just wanted to share this also because Anand never, the funny thing is Anand never took to origami, but he loves this because I think because of the, it's very orderly. You know, you almost always go to 3 diameters. Most of the folding we do is from 3 diameters. Then sometimes we do go to 4, but you can do such a lot just with 3 diameters. So that's what we end up doing most of the time. So it becomes like, you know, at least a part of it comes very fast after time. And so then it gives you that comfort, and then you sort of build from there. So, okay, so I think we're about 2 minutes before time ends. So if anybody has any questions, comments. Okay, so next week again, we'll do the folding. And I thought over time, you know, we can integrate some of the theater activities. And oh, one comment also, I purposely asked Anand to start with the sloka because we've always been starting this session because it started as a raised practice session. We always start with the sloka. So I said, let's just continue the same way. And over time, what I'm hoping is once we get a little better with the folding, we don't need to put the whole session for folding. We can do a music activity, we can do some folding, we can blend in different activities. And then later on, we can bring in other things. I've been wanting to also touch upon a little bit of how to introduce grammar, things like that. So over time, we can, with this, do other things as well. So thank you all for joining, and I'll share the link and also today's video. Okay, Lavanya, and can you please fold and share with us? And I'm sure she'll put some animations and everything in the video. That's what she'll do. Yes?
Yep, I love
Yeah,
animating,
so
putting animated stickers.
okay, so how about you do that? You fold the tetrahedron and you can use a masking tape to stick the sides. You can decorate it however you want and
Yeah.
make a video. Yeah?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
Lavanya could also join today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
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 Ah,
Bye.